thrilled, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, great win. Just really happy for the players, the staff, like the organization. We're really confident in what we're doing day to day right now, and to come out to Perth, we know that's not an easy place to win games. So we'll enjoy this one tonight and short turnaround for Friday night against United.
What changed during this game that managed to get you the 4 quarters of consistency?
Yeah, we've been playing good basketball all season, other than probably that first quarter against Illawarra where it got away from us quick. A lot of close games. So I think the two big focuses of emphasis for us coming in tonight was to keep them off the offensive boards, right? Number 1 offensive rebounding team in the league, and we hold them to 7. It's a great number. And we talked about our ball movement and trust on offense just had to be a little bit better, and we come out of there with 25 assists on 41 made field goals. So, that was what was top of mind, for us, and just to play the right way, move the ball, play with great effort, which, other than a small part of that Illawarra game, our effort's been great from the very first game we've played this year. Yeah, no, look, Casey's a stud. He knows that. We all know it. I think the thing that is most impressive about what he did tonight is the efficiency. To get 34 points, go 11 for 18 from the field, gets on there with 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and a plus 28. It's big time, big time. He's a leader for us on and off the court. He's done amazing things in this league, and just really happy that he's part of our group.
Look in your eye tonight, was it when you come here, you feel a bit of extra energy and really want to have the impact you just had?
I hear y'all say that a lot, but to be honest, every game that I play, I try to have the same mindset. I try to win a game, but it's an amazing gym here, amazing atmosphere. Fans usually get behind them, so every time I come here, it's always a good time.
It's pretty rare that I think Casey has, it's not very good, 32 and 10, and Tyrell has 27 and 15. Pretty rare that 2 players come to play like that.
Yeah, no, and Tyrell was due, right? The last 2 games, maybe not the best whistle, and had a hard time, finding a rhythm. So we came in tonight, we talked about the offensive rebounds, we talked about the ball movement, but we were also focused on a big boy game from him, and we wanted to establish that presence early. JLA's a tremendous player, right? Big matchup, but there was a focus from us from the very start that let's get Tyrell going, play inside, he'll open up our outside, and he was phenomenal.
And then when you're so undermanned, you've got injuries, you've got an import leave, and then you get Devers and Murray shooting like they did tonight, plus you had Dukas going well. That's what you need, don't you, to win games of basketball?
Yeah, of course. But I think I've said this a couple times now, those guys put in the work, right? And they deserve this opportunity. They're prepared for this opportunity. We have all the confidence in them. So, when you have those type of rewards, it feels good. And I'm happy for those guys. They're young up-and-coming players that are here for a reason, and there's a lot of confidence. And we're just continuing to grow as a team, and this is only going to help us, as the season goes on.
How important is it that when you're in games and losing them, to get a big win like this, everyone they go, what we're actually doing is okay, and the record isn't what you're looking at?
Yeah, it's massive, especially for some of the young guys who just get into the league. I've been a part of teams where we start, whatever the record is, but had a chance to not make the playoffs and we end up winning the championship. So it's not about, where we start. It's always about the journey and how we get there. And these guys are just embracing every challenge that is thrown their way. And it's just exciting to see, especially from a group of guys who, got guys who are new into the league. So I think anytime we can get a good road win, it always boosts the morale.
Stu, what are some of the team principles you guys have been able to fall back on getting through all that adversity you guys had to go through early on?
Sure. The foundation of what I've spoken about since I took the job was attitude and effort, right? And you come in every single day with a great attitude and a great effort, you're going to win most days. And we have not had hardly any bad days, right? We had a bad quarter against Illawarra, but we go back and look at our practices. we go back and look at our preparation. Like, shout out to Vandy for a great scout tonight. Like, we know what we're doing every single day in our building, and there's a lot of confidence in just our approach day to day.
Stu, you made a statement with Jalen not starting the game. What did you make of his game? He didn't actually, I don't think he had a field goal attempt, but he did hand off a few assists.
Yeah, I mean, he had 6 assists in 17 minutes. You know, you'll usually take that. You know, I thought Jalen's approach to, you know, the game and being engaged with his teammates on the bench and, you know, providing a spark, you know, when we needed it there, and, you know, got 3 steals as well. That kind of ignited some easy baskets. So, you know, pleased with that performance.
So you're pleased with the way he responded to what you did?
Sure. Yeah, of course. I mean, Jalen's a professional. He understands why the decision was made, and, you know, we move on from that.
You said it was nice to get a reward for the amount of work that's been put in, but having lost the last 4, is it important to get that reward?
It is, but, you know, you also, like, you know what you're doing every single day, and, you know, there was 4 losses in a row. You know, 3 of those 4 are by a combined less than 10 points, you know, where percentage points matter. So, you know, we were in those games, and, you know, there was a missed layup, turned ankle away in Cairns, and, you know, tough whistle down the stretch at home, Tassie, and a really competitive, you know, game in Adelaide, you know, away from that record looking very different. And quite honestly, I'm not even sure we feel too much different about the team where we at. Yeah, it probably feel a little better in the moment, but, like, if you look at the season and still have, what, 26 or 27 more games to go, you know, and yeah, you know, some key injuries early and departures, like, we're fine.
What about throw up triple figures, having only averaged 81 or 82 over the last 4?
Yeah, no, and that's, you know, I think, again, it comes down to, like, the ball movement, the pace, you know, playing the right way, establishing tie early, knowing, like, you know, Casey, you know, was great in those off-ball moments where the ball moves from strong to weak, and we catch him once the defense is shifted, feet set, 3-pointers. Like, that's his wheelhouse, you know. And then we get like a really veteran presence game from Lamar. You know, I thought that was, like, important. You know, certainly with Jalen, you know, not being in there early on, and, you know, Tristan coming into Perth, like, big moment, big environment, and, you know, Lamar, like, there's just a steady presence, you know, with him. He's a smooth operator out there. So I thought, you know, we joked, like, how many pickle juices did he have, you know, throughout the game? Because, you know, he plays 30 minutes. It's also his 100th game as a Bullet. So we celebrated that in the locker room. That's an amazing accomplishment for him, and he's a total pro.
Chris, last question.
Yeah, just very quickly, Casey. I mean, the offense just looked like it was running so smoothly tonight. What was the difference from your point of view? Because obviously you can take your advantages. You've got Tyrell that you can put the ball down to. But can you just talk about how important it is having the young guys like Dukas and Divas and Murray willing and able to take their shots and back themselves in?
Yeah, I mean, those guys are some of the most confident young guys I've been around, and fortunately they put the work in. So, you know, as a veteran and, you know, being able to see that work, it's like I said, it's always a matter of time before those shots start falling for them. I think the biggest thing for us was just trusting each other, trusting the ball movement, and trusting the actions. You know, anytime we have, 24 assists, 25 assists, that's always a good record indicator that we might win that game. So, yeah, I'm just excited about those guys, and they should enjoy this moment and, you know, build off of that from here.
And Stu, obviously a great performance, but you don't get much time to enjoy it because in less than 48 hours you're playing Melbourne on your home floor. From your point of view and from the team's point of view, how do you make sure you back it up when you get back home?
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? I mean, traveling all the way out to Perth on a Wednesday where, you know, like, we love the idea of the Ignite Cup. It's great for the league. It's the first time there's been games on Wednesday, and to have a turnaround where you play on Friday, not on either Saturday or Sunday, is, you know, it's a tough one. I think Melbourne will even be in Brisbane before we will be. But, you know, we embrace the challenge. There's no complaint. If you're a competitor, like, we have coming off a great win on the road, and you get the top team in the league at your home building. We haven't played a lot. We've only played one home game so far, so we'll be ready to go.
Well, that's it. Thanks, fellas. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.